Hello and welcome back to TF1C, the Formula 1 chat, where today we're going to be talking about W Series and why unfortunately we will not have any more racing in the series this season. So yeah, after the Singapore race they went to, we've since had the news that W Series will not be heading to USA and Mexico as it had planned. It was going to do a round at USA and then a double header at Mexico to finish its campaign. This does mean that Jamie Chadwick is champion sooner, but yeah, I mean that was pretty much what was expected, and yeah, it's an interesting one. Obviously, financial reasons it has been cited as to why it's not continuing, and I kind of get it. The championship was pretty much done now for Jamie Chadwick, so in a way, keep that funding and then make sure it can run next season is beneficial. But we can talk about today whether the series is in a general. We can talk about it as a whole, and then we'll get on to Jamie Chadwick and her future. And other drivers as well in the series a little later. But we'll start. Has W Series been a success or a failure? Obviously started in 2019, and it didn't run on the F1 calendar. 2020 then got called off for COVID, but in 2021 and 2022 we've seen it run alongside the Formula 1 calendar at certain races. And obviously Jamie Chadwick has won all three championships. So would you say, has it achieved what it set out to do, or is there still a long way to go for women in motorsport?
I mean, it's done alright, but W Series cannot make a difference without the other series helping out. Because the whole point of W Series is give women a chance in motorsport. But if say F3 and F2, if they're not willing to put female drivers in their seats, then it makes W Series completely pointless. Because it just means W Series is just a place for 20 women to drive around a track for a bit.
No, well, so the purpose, I don't think you can call it a success considering we've not seen anyone make that step up. Yeah. But the purpose was to give female racers a platform so then they could show off their talents and then with the aim of getting a Formula 2 or a Formula 3 seat. Now obviously Jamie Chadwick, prior to this season's start, was offered a Formula 3 seat with Carlin, but turned that down. To the point of she was told, her teammates were told that she would be their teammate.
Yeah.
So it's quite interesting that obviously she turned that down. The reasons are, well, we don't know. No, it's not public why she chose to turn that down. But I don't think you can call it a success considering no one's made that step up yet.
That's the thing.
It's definitely Chadwick deserves that step up.
It's not a failure, but right now it kind of is.
What's to say?
At the moment, they haven't gone anywhere. Women in Motorsport hasn't gone anywhere. All they've done is created a separate series for women to drive in.
I think in certain aspects have been successful, certain aspects haven't. We haven't seen the progression of females being able to enter into Formula 3, Formula 2, and most importantly Formula 1. But for what it's doing for young girls aspiring to get into motorsport, I think it offers a clear path. It offers somewhere to go. Because there is no role models right now. If you look at F3, F2, F1, they're dominated by males. So it offers somewhere for young girls to aspire to achieve, and also to outperform them, to become the best in W Series, and then push on where no women has.
I think the
before.
big thing is that no one's obviously pushed on yet, but obviously Chadwick next season should be in Formula 3.
Yeah.
But I look at drivers like Abby Pulling, she has a real chance of getting in. The rookies we've seen on the grid this year, I mean, they haven't been great, but they've shown potential. But Chadwick has to be on F3 good next year. And I was going to look at any of this list to get through. I think Abby Pulling, give her one more year in W Series, let her win it without Chadwick being there, because let's be honest, she probably will. And then, give her the step up in 2-3 seasons' time.
Yeah,
there's potential, and I think with if drivers leaving brings more young rookies in faster. You've got a lot of obviously young female drivers who've ripped up in Formula 4.
This was about what I was about to get into. Is it does the fact that we've seen women be successful in other series potentially show that W Series isn't necessary? Because at the moment we've got Al Kouassi and we've got Maya Woig, two drivers competing for Prema in various different series that could make a step up to F3 in the coming seasons.
I think that's the interesting thing is also if you look at the comparison, I think that. Who is it?
Woig and Al Kouassi. Both of those, I think have got a better chance than, say, the second and third drivers in W Series.
Would you say that those two drivers from Formula 4 are better than Chadwick? Because if it's
I've not seen enough. I've
Exactly.
watched every race of the
Yeah.
W Series campaign. I've not seen enough of
I feel like
Maya
Chadwick
Woig.
it's hard to tell because Chadwick for me is probably up against an easier grid.
Yeah.
I think if you put Chadwick into F4, she wouldn't waltz it. I think she would be up there, but she wouldn't waltz it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I think definitely Chadwick has to be in F3 next year. So does Woig and Al Kabasi.
I think another season in F4 though wouldn't do them a harm.
No.
Do any harm, or Frecker, or any of the other various series.
That's the other point. I don't think it would be a backward step if Chadwick went to F4.
I think it would. I think from running alongside the Formula 1 calendar...
It depends. Cause
Chadwick's done F4.
yeah.
Chadwick has raced in Formula 4.
But I guess it's probably... Is it easier to make that jump straight from F4 to F3 rather than trying to cut... Because technically, they're coming in from a side series. It's like coming in from IndyCar to Formula 1.
Yeah, it's incredible. Well, the difference there is licensing, and that that makes that a harder jump. I think whatever it's the only thing that matters is sort of your driver academy, how much money you got, and your relationship with constructors. So if you've ran Carlin in Formula 4, if you've run in their team, you're more likely to get an F3 or F2 seat with them.
I think that's also
That is the same with Prema and teams like that.
Is that there's no female drivers that aren't in academies, are they? They're kind of like drivers.
Well,
like
yeah,
Chadwick
you've got like
Chadwick isn't Williams Academy, is she? She's like Williams
development. She
driver.
is in the equivalent of the Williams Academy.
So you'd think Williams would fund her a seat in F3.
Yeah, and that's I don't know if she still is. I know she certainly was.
Even Aston Martin have the ability. They've got
Powell, haven't they?
Yeah.
Alpine have got Pulling. There's
Exactly.
no reason these teams can't fund a seat, and that's
Alpine have so much money.
confusing me
just
to why they haven't.
Look, let's say I don't know ART.
Yeah.
Van Amersfoort, any of you lot. Yeah, we'll give you money. Please put Ali Pulling in your car.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe they don't back the current field of W Series. I think that could be an issue. Is that maybe there aren't enough quality drivers in that series yet for them to get the push up. Yeah, it's hard to judge where Jamie Chadwick's level is at the moment because she's only ran against the W Series field, and considering we don't know we can't say Chadwick will win F3 easy.
Yeah,
but we also can't say that she'd be bottom.
Exactly, that's the big thing. Someone has to give Chadwick a chance next season. She's won the W Series 3 times,
and it really doesn't help when we have pay drivers like Tatiana Calderon.
Yeah.
Giving a bad name to women in
Everyone's
motorsport.
going to look at that and go,
exactly.
women drivers are shit.
Every time you see Tatiana Calderon
Calderon
and she's lapping 50 seconds off the pace, it doesn't exactly help. So do you think that WCs will run next season then?
I hope so. Because as I said, if say someone like Pulling can win W Series 1 or 2 seasons, gives her the perfect opportunity to then get into F3.
Yeah, it needs to be competitive though next year.
Oh yeah.
So if Chadwick's there again, I don't think it serves much of a purpose. No, Chadwick could win her 4th consecutive championship.
Why I agree with what F3 and F2 do. Whereas if you win it, you can't come back.
Yeah, the difference is obviously F3. You'd expect then that team to make the jump to F2,
Yeah,
whereas there is no Puma or
Right
Jenna
now,
Racing
though,
for them to jump in.
Right now, just ban Chadwick from W Series. She's
Right.
too good.
Ban sounds like she's done something wrong. No, I do agree that she should be making that step up now. I don't think she should be in W Series next season, but do you think she'll get an F3 seat?
I hope she does. I don't know. The worry for me is, I hope that she does. I don't know if she will.
Yeah.
I don't see a team that's going to take it. And also, she doesn't want to go to a terrible team. She doesn't want to go one of the back lot that doesn't go very fast. Because then that's another reason. That's the thing. If she could go to F3, if you put her in a bad car, that's going to give her a bad rep. Because everyone's going to blame it on her and say that she's slow.
Well, that is another reason. That's why people would think she turned down the Carlin seat potentially.
Carlin are quite slow.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair though, Zach O'Sullivan pulled off some really, really strong results last year. So whether Chadwick just didn't back herself, considering it wasn't a brilliant team, I don't know. But she really needs to be taking that step up now. I don't think she's going to get a Premier seat. They've got like 100 rookies. So, and obviously we already know Paula on now, confirmed for that Formula 3 seat. I would be expecting either Kimi Antonelli's an option, Dino Bogdanovic. So I think F3 have got Prema have got too many options. ART is a similar sort of boat. In fact, they've got a lot of F4.
VAR no.
VAR also have F4 though, so they've got drivers to come through.
Boring.
Equally, when they won the F4 championship in 2021 with Ollie Behrman, and Ollie Behrman left to join Prema.
See, exactly.
So
They don't. I think the thing is though. I think it also depends what happens because did Chadwick turn the Carlin offer down for her career? This is obviously I'm not saying that she should, but I'm saying does Chadwick weigh out the possibility that she can either prioritise her career and her,
or the progression
or just getting a female driver into Formula 3 and her being able to make that step up, even if it's not the right one for her, whether outweigh it.
It's hard to be the face of a movement. It's hard to be the first to make that jump.
She might have to throw away a career
from W Series to Formula 3. Yeah.
So she go Carlin and was absolutely rubbish and was last and got laughed at and was made a mockery.
And I don't think she would be.
No.
But there's a chance that maybe people, her chance to overestimate because W Series still isn't as strong.
In the sport, she won't be last. So
I'm looking forward to seeing another season of Brad Benavides next year. Hopefully he isn't.
He's partnered with Jamie Chadwick and Zach O'Sullivan.
Zach O'Sullivan. Well, no, he was testing with Prema.
Ooh.
So that would be interesting, wouldn't it? Zach O'Sullivan in the Prema.
On another note, Chadwick in
the first.
It doesn't really matter what team she goes to. Just to see how even like Dams don't have an F3 team, do they?
No, I don't think so.
They must do.
You got Genza. Oh, they've got one, haven't they?
Oh yeah, they are the only F2 teams. So there's 12 F teams. There's 12 teams in F2, only 10 in F3.
But they run 3 cars.
Yeah,
so mental
Chadwick
amount of drivers.
Needs to step up, and she really deserves it. She can't keep winning.
Yeah.
She could. I mean, we'd become a 7-time champion of W Series, and no one's breaking that. Level Michael Schumacher and Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah. But on W Series then, just to finish up, how can it be improved? How can the series take it to the next step?
I haven't got the money.
Because I don't think that's what I'm saying. Right, that was going to be my thing. Funding is necessary.
Yeah,
I love that it's free to enter. That's brilliant. It makes sure that we can get teams in there without the drivers having to pay the teams to compete. But we can't. They're not.
But again,
it's all. Where's that money coming from? You have to be funded from somewhere.
Caitlyn Jenner has enough money to probably keep W Series going.
But I don't.
So the Puma.
That's the problem. She wouldn't though.
Why?
But and just because 2 can doesn't mean the others can. I mean, you look at the Courtdale team, the community-owned racing team, where they literally funded it through racing fans. That team wouldn't be able to compete, and the drivers wouldn't be able to compete.
No, but I'm saying if just not forget the teams, Caitlyn Jenner just pumps.
Or buys W Series. Well, she could.
That's what I'm saying.
If she cares as much as she says she could.
She's there like, I really care.
But equally,
someone like her's got the money.
We can't say that she should be doing it because we're not investing in W Series.
Oh yeah, but obviously but I don't have the money that she does.
But
she's
we can't say that she should be doing it.
Buying things from McDonald's, she's got a butler.
But what W Series needs to do is find an investor, whether that's someone like Caitlyn Jenner or whether that's someone else.
You'd really think that someone, say the owners of F1, would go in there. If they were really advocates for women in motorsport, they'd go out there.
Well, exactly. They're more than happy to put We Race as one, and we want to see women in motorsport.
But when they can actually make a difference,
they're looking.
Put a poster up, but they won't actually put any money into it.
At the end of the day, profit margin seems to be the majority of the F1 owners.
That's the problem. It's just profit now.
And money might as well go around.
The rich richer and the poor poorer.
Yeah, that is how. Well, what have we learned today? Which is on a big piece on the world's economic state. But that is all for today. Of course, make sure to get your thoughts in the down below. I understand this is obviously a divisive topic, W Series. I know there's a lot of people who sit on the side of it has been good for its certain reasons, and we need to stay. And there's others that believe the women should just have to fight their way through the traditional route. They shouldn't have a sidestep in. And I can see both sides of the argument. So make sure to get involved in the comments down below. Give us your thoughts. And leave a like, support this video. And make sure to subscribe to the channel as well if you're new around here. But that is all for today. Thank you all very much for watching. And we'll see you next time.
See ya.